What's going on, lads, and welcome to another custom tactics video. This is going to be the third part of my tactics, which is of course the 4-2-2. You will see the 4-5-1 on screen. Let's just get that out of the way to start with. I have a lot of comments. Why is it showing 4-5-1-1 if it's showing 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2-2? That's the formation for chemistry. Everyone gets full chemistry. Then we change in game. That if you don't know that by now, then you're doing something wrong completely. But this is what you need to know. Obviously 4-5-1 is just easy to get links with. Everyone on full chemistry, so you can play any formation on the game with the players at maximum potential, basically the maximum boosted chemistry styles. So we've done the 4-1-2-1-2, the 4-2-3-1, and now the 4-2-2-2. I have actually moved away from the 4-1-2-1-2 now because of the way people are dropping back in like one depth. 4-1-2-1-2 doesn't really cater to that well because it can be exposed on the wings when they counter attack. So for now, I'm staying away from that. That is better for like lesser opposition. You can have that in one tactic slot. So if you're absolutely battering an opponent, switch to that and you'll have an overpowered attack. But our fellow players who are out wide, you deal with the pressure better basically, just because of how other people play, not necessarily you. But we just need to talk about that. What we're gonna do now, I'm gonna show you the 4-2-2 custom tactics. As you can see, I have 4 set up there. This is what I've been using for the last about 5 days or so. So I'll show you, I've got one more, which is the 4-3-3-4, which is obviously the ultra attacking formation. I'll show you that in another video, and then in another one after that I'll show you the complete tactics in total, and when, where, how, what way, when, where, why, whatever, when I use them all. So we're going to go 4-2-2 now. Obviously this is an attacking formation. This is what I play from minute 1. As soon as minute 1 comes in, I will change to this. This is when I use this tactic the most. Because it's kind of a balanced tactic. You've got 2 holding midfielders and 2 cams. So basically you've got 6 defenders, 4 attackers. So it's really well balanced on this FIFA. Like I said, it cuts out the wing play as well because obviously your cams are out there. You got a Lam and a Ram, and obviously your 2 holding mids in the middle to stop the attacks as well. So it is really balanced and it is a threat going forward, which sometimes you might, with the amount of drop back and one depth players that we come up against, you need as many forward as you can in those situations, and people making runs to try and trick the opponent to where you're going to go. So basically, it's not even that special, to be honest, my custom tactics for this one. It's pretty simple. Defensive style is balanced. We don't want to drop back because with this formation you're going to be on the front foot. So you don't want your players, when you win the ball, you don't want them too far back because you won't be able to get up the field. So balanced is perfect for the 4-2-2, and it's possibly, you can go drop back if you really want to, but my personal preference is balanced. It just works well with the tactic in total in the defensive and the offensive phases. Width, we go for defending because you want to be tight at the back. You want to be a good knitted unit. You don't want your left back leaving a big gap to play the ball behind the shoulder of your left centre back. The same on the right side. You don't want that. That is the worst situation you can find yourself into on this game. You want to stop chances. So the 2 CDMs will sit nicely in front of the 2 centre backs, and obviously the full backs are there to cover. So that is what I like to do in the defensive phase. On depth, we have 4. So it's not too defensive and it's not too offensive. 4 is perfect for this. Like obviously you can see it, the little picture on the screen now. They sit just at the edge of the box on 4. They're a bit out of the box. So when you're defending, they'll sit nicely on the 18-yard box, and you'll be able to tactically work out when you're going to make the challenge, or like everybody else does, let the AI do it for them. And it's perfect, to be honest. Like I said, this is my preference again. You can easily go here like everybody else, or you could go here if you're a more attacking player, but 4 is my personal preference and what I get the best results with. So we're in the offensive now. Balanced once again. You know I like to play fast build up. People play possession in this as well. But balanced for me is probably the best thing you can do this year. Like, because of the way the game is and the delay, obviously with the delay, if you get caught out doing fast build up and people are running up the pitch, then you can be in trouble. You can really be in trouble. So stick with balance now. Let the players on the pitch do what they do in terms of runs and making themselves available for a pass, etc. So they will deal with that themselves. Yeah, balanced is the way to go for me. To be honest, that's just the way I do it. And then we go to width. We go 5. So one more bar than the defensive phase, because when you're breaking out, you get the ball with your CDMs. Because it's a laminar ram, they like make outward runs. So there's an outlet on the wings then. So you start in a nice little block, and then as you're attacking, they spread a bit more out wide, which is for me works very, very well. You could easily drop to 4 and keep them nice and structured, but I like to have that little expansion when going forward, like they make a little outside run, which is really good. Players in the box 5, because you have 4 attackers, you may as well use them in the attack. If you have it here, what's the point of having the laminar ram? There is no point. On 5, you're not overexposed. Obviously, you've still got your 2 CDMs. This will be your 4 attackers, ram, and 2 strikers, making runs into the box. Corners 2 and free kicks 2. Headers are absolutely irrelevant on this game, so there's no point having people up and being countered. So just stick 1 if you want. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Now we're gonna go into so the instructions. We'll start with the defense because it's boring. Right back, stay back while attacking and overlap. Same on left back. In my case, Semedo and Ferland Mendy. Just a quick talk about what players you need in these situations. Quick fullbacks with high stamina is very good. You don't want them getting burnt, because obviously when people make subs, it's attacking players, so you need them to be able to last the full game, because when they put a Leroy Sané on it, for example, in the 70th minute, you don't want him blown out of his arse. You want him to be able to catch him. So good pace, obviously decent defending, and good stamina for those. Jumping is irrelevant on this game because no one scores headers anyway, like I just said. Leave the centre backs as they are. Reason I have overlap, I say it in every video, is because it just keeps them out wide. I don't want them inverting inside towards the CDM, so keep them out wide with overlap. We move on to the CDMs. This is going to be different to what I normally do. CDMs preferably medium-high work rates. High can work on the 1. Like Sissoko is really good there. Obviously he's really, really overpowered. For the CDMs, we go man mark and stay back while attacking and cover centre on both of them. Man mark is really good this year. It obviously cuts out an option for a pass. People will generally attack. You'll be playing against 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2 mostly. So man mark, 2 CDMs, cuts out 2 passes basically, cuts out 2 of their attackers, so there's less options for them to be able to move the ball into. Obviously stay back while attacking and cover centre. The Lam and the Ram will do the defending work on the wings for you, so you don't want them being pulled out to the wings. Make sure they're on cover centre. On your Lam and the Ram, absolutely no instructions whatsoever. Let them do what they have to do. You don't want them staying forward. You don't want them coming back on defence, because you lose the Lam and the Ram option. Like, you lose the ability to play the ball out to them if they stay back while attacking. And obviously a lot of wingers don't have good stamina. Like, high rated wingers don't have good stamina. So you don't want them bombing up and down the pitch all game. You want them to just literally sit where they need to be in both phases, so they preserve their energy as much as they can. They will do the job on these instructions. They'll do the job. So now we move on to the strikers. We go get in behind and stay forward on both of the strikers. Like I said, this is the attacking formation, so you want your strikers in the attacking areas that you need them. You don't want them coming back, especially with my strikers, high. They have a tendency to try and help the team out, so if you just keep them on stay forward, they'll stay there as much as they can. Obviously get in behind as well. You want to try and break the line. You want them one-on-one chances, so getting behind is a key. Basically, on whatever striker you've got, a slow striker, anything, you want them on getting behind just to make them runs. So like I said, lads, that's the 4-2-2. The next one will be the 4-3-3-4, which will be the ultra attacking formation. And then I'm going to do a summary of ultra defensive, defensive, attacking and ultra attacking in one video, and just show you how and when I use different situations. Obviously the tactic you use also depends on the player you're coming up against, his ability, the way he plays, his formation. You should always pay attention to the opposition's formation, like at half time say, or if you pause it, if he's dominating you, go and have a look at what formation he's playing, and then try and figure out what tactic you've got set up to counter his formation. There obviously is counter formations, like if you've got if you're defending against a 4-2-3-1, I would say counter with a 4-2-3-1, because obviously your teams are the same shape basically, so it's the best to go up against it. But then if you've got like a 4-4-2, you're coming up against a 4-3-3, the 4-2-2 absolutely wipes the floor with those, because it overloads in the attacking phase. That's just something to pay attention to, and it's completely up to you if you do that. Thank you for watching once again, guys. Hope these tactics work for you. The videos on the other tactics will be coming very soon, and hope you get good results in Division Rivals and FUT Champs with these. But thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.